Hey everyone, this is JR Tactical 213. I'm back with another video today, and the topic I'd like to talk about today is probably going to be as controversial as which caliber to use, and that's going to be cleaning of your gun. Now, I know that some people will say, oh, I'll put 2, 3, 4,000 rounds or however much they want to put through it, and I don't clean my gun, and it just runs fine. Other people will say, every time I take it out, I want to clean it. So to me, I'm not going to take any stance on which is right or wrong, but I'm going to show you what I do after I have a range day. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Springfield XDM. That's the 3.89 millimeter. Okay. It is safety checked. So I just did a video on this where I took it out, did a little bit of shooting, and I made some comments on what I thought about how this shoots. I haven't cleaned it yet. My philosophy is that if I take it out, I do a cleaning on any of the guns I take out. So I want to show you how I do that with this gun. And let me go over the products I have for the cleaning. So first off, this is a Hops 9, the bore snake, and this is for a 9mm. I like to use the bore snakes to clean the inside of the barrel, or the bore. I use rim oil. I have Hops 9 gun bore cleaner. This is Hops Elite gun oil. It's a high performance one, it says. I just got one of these little toothbrush things. It's a Pro Shot gun brush. I have a little Rubbermaid plastic container that I put this the gun bore cleaner stuff in to be able to dip the bore snake in it. And then I have, this was just 1,000 count of these patches, and I use the patches to be able to like go in and wipe and clean, and then I have my microfiber towel to finish it off. So the first thing that I always do is I'll go ahead and, of course I safety checked already, but then I'll go ahead and tear it down. So okay, so once I take that apart, I put this piece right here, guide rod and spring, take apart. I take the barrel out, and I'll put this piece, again, the slide right up here. The first thing I do is I go for the cleaning of the inside of the barrel. So I take a little bit of this gun bore cleaner, and since I'm only doing the one gun today, don't need a lot, I'll be able to pour it back in. Now I put another nice big towel down in case something were to drip or get on it. It gets on this and doesn't go down into the table. Let me take this bore snake out, and again, this is for 389mm, 38, 357 caliber. Okay, so with the bore snake, they have these bristles right here that are going to go through and help kind of scratch and clean. You have the material and a thicker material back here. So the first thing I do is I use rim oil, because I don't want to get this other oil on it first. And it goes past the last brush that you have right here. There's two little sets of brushes. It goes right here. So this is, again, this is how I do it. Just give it a little shake. I spray it on one side, turn it over, spray it on the other. Okay. So next part is, in front of the brushes, before this black nylon string, I fold the bore snake. And once it's folded, I put it in that oil. Now everything always goes as the same direction as the bullet would go. So this little weighted piece that's on the string will slide down. and it'll slide right through. I repeat this process about 3 or 4 times. I'll do it one more. Okay, so I'm done with that. I can fold this bore snake up and I wrap it. Every once in a while I will have to go through and clean this bore snake, but it's just been cleaned, so it's good for right now. So what I've done so far, I've got the inside of this barrel done. The next part that I do in this process would be the scrubbing portion, and that's where I'll use this little gum brush, and it has 2 different sizes and thickness of the bristles that you can use on your gun. So I sit there, I take my rim oil, and I give it a spray, and I do hit the spring of the guide rod, not necessarily probably that I have to, but I do. I hit that, and this is like a nylon brush, so it's okay to go over your barrel. I'm not pushing hard, just kind of going around it, getting all the edges of it. Again, this is not a major cleaning, this is just a cleaning done after you go out to the range. I'm not going to be fully taking anything apart. This is just a nice scrubbing and cleaning. Okay, the next thing I do is I'll get some patches. I'll pull a few of these out because I'll go through a few of them. Now I'm careful not to just directly spray into the spring in specific areas. So what I'll do is I'll spray the front part of the slide, and I just do a quick little light spray, but I don't go all the way back. Perfect. Okay, so then I take my brush again, and I'm going to get in here, and I'm going to scrub around. I've done this with all of my guns, and I've had guns, that one actually just sold, that was 21 years old that looks still brand new. So if you take care of them and you use the proper stuff, your guns, even though you use them, can stay in great condition. So once I just give it a quick little brush, that's when I take these patches and I'll get in there, because I don't want everything to be very oily. You definitely don't want that. So I just go over where I scrubbed with that rim oil and go through, just get the best I can. I can even take my brush to help with this. And it went from white to pretty dirty. So that's, again, this is just kind of a quick clean. The next portion of it, snagged with my gun, would be this inside area here. So again, I don't hold a long spray. I'll get this inside like that. Just a little bit back there. I'll do my scrubbing. It doesn't take much scrubbing. Again, I don't like soak it down, just enough to get in there. I take some more of those patches. I'll get my hand down in here. And this is just that rim oil, that protectant. And like it says on the can, it says proven superior for cleaning, lubricating, and corrosion protection of the firearms. Long lasting for smooth, reliable gun function under all weather conditions. I find that this stuff works really good. And it's actually pretty easy using these little patches to get all of it kind of cleaned up and over it. Again, I wipe over it so that it's not sitting there soaked or anything. I clean it up pretty good. So once that part's done, I go on to the oil. Now that was a rim oil, this is a gun oil. So for my gun oil, I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to hit the barrel with it. Okay. I'm going to get all around the edges of the barrel. I'm going to get every area, all the little areas that are hard to get to, and we're going to oil that. So, and again, this is Hops Elite Gun Oil. It says high performance technology, superior lubrication, and corrosion protection. Repels dirt and carbon. So I just put a little bit on here. It doesn't take a lot. I get back in these little areas back here, in the front and around. Get all the sides of it. And I use my hands to kind of spread this around first. Then I will grab, again, patches. And it's not going to take all of the oil off. And that's, of course, we want some oil on there. The barrel will get it one more time before we're done though. So that barrel's done. I'm good with the guide rod. Now your slide is gonna rack, it's gonna be moving and you're gonna have some friction. So there's these little indentations, grooves that are cut out where the slide will go. I hit that with oil also. So put a nice little line, take patch, some oil will be there, get the majority of it off, just kind of spread it around. I flip it over, and that's what's really nice about this one. It has a nice little angled point for you to get the oil in without getting it all over the place or putting too much on. And again, I just hit that groove, go down it, make sure to kind of spread it out. Some oil is on there, but not an overly abundant amount. Slide's done. Okay, for the gun, I hit the area where the slide is going to run with this gun oil. So I just put a little bit right there, put a little bit right in here, and right in here. I do that same thing. Take this patch. Again, it doesn't take all the oil up, and I'm okay with that. But it does get enough of it in there to where you have a little bit of oil, but it's just not, you know, flooded with oil. I just go along the whole length all the way down. Get some more patches. Okay, so that is clean. The next part I gotta do, I gotta reassemble it. So, barrel goes in. Guide rod down and seated. When I put this on, I'm going to have to lock this back I'm going to flip it down, and there it is. Okay, the next thing I do, I said I wasn't done with the barrel. On the top here and over here, I'm going to put a little oil, and then I'm going to rack it a few times. I just put a couple of drops there, a couple of drops on the side. And now what I want to do is with that oil there, and then I do take a patch and just kind of clean off the rest of that oil. There will still be some oil on it, and of course that's what I want because of the friction when it's moving, but I don't want it just coated with oil. Okay, so the last thing I do is the outside cleaning and conditioning of this gun. And that's going to revolve the rim oil. Now the only way that I've found that I really get a good clean after putting the rim oil is using a microfiber towel. I like to use this softer side that I've had down this whole time to wipe it down. So what I do, and I'm going to be careful about trying to spray my TLR 7A, I take the rim oil and I do spray it. So I spray the gun, and then take my towel, nice soft microfiber. I work that oil in. I hit my grips and everything for protection of even that plastic material, the metal, the slides. I get it all, and I can tell you that when you're done with it, your gun is looking clean. It's looking like it's brand new. And it is well worth it. I think I picked these microfiber towels off Amazon. I got a bundle of them. I like to use these for wiping the gun down due to the fact that they are a good material and soft. Okay. So it's clean. It's that quick. It doesn't take very long to clean your gun after a range day. So again, in my opinion, I think it's important to clean your gun, but I'm not going to say that it's something that has to be done because I've seen the reviews of people that don't. 1,000 round reviews, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 round reviews, and they don't clean their guns. It's just a personal thing that I like to do, so I kind of want to show you what the steps are for me after a range day to clean the guns. As you can see, it doesn't take very long. It's just a couple minutes, and you can go through your gun and get it looking new again and get all the gunk off of it from shooting. This is JR Tactical 213. Have a great day.